Today, from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans.
Well, it may be a bit soggy, but that certainly hasn't deterred this fan base. A great crowd on hand to battle the raindrops at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Tennessee offense, and you see Ryan Tannehill leading them out.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jonathan Grenard collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3. Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Tannehill. He's got Derrick Henry again. Back-to-back catches. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Tannehill. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. First
drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll send Beckham in motion right. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Texans are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy. Okay, we're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Tannehill now to throw. Complete. It's Henry. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Tannehill. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Texans will take over. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
The Texans at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Cooks will come in motion right. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got it. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Brandon Cooks. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Here's Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On now is the Titans punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. So here are the Texans to take over. They were losers last week, dropping that game to the Indianapolis Colts. But the good news for them, they've got the lead right now and the football. 1st and 10. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football.
He's been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Tannehill. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half, now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On now is the Titans punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
They go play action here on 1st down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Titans now just about ready to take over.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump-off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. On 1st down, Tannehill. And finding the tight end, Hooper.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
That's complete to Westbrook-Akine. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
From the red zone now, Tannehill.
Going to the right here and finding Burks. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
They'll give Henry another shot. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Robert Woods halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Titans are back within a score.
Zerline connects on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Fielded right around the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Brandon Cooks trots back onto the field with the rest of this Texan offense.
He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens.
Again, it's OBJ, back-to-back catches.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the 1st half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate. Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. In motion left is Beckham. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list as his guys are able to extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now Tannehill saying, let's get to the line. And he'll just get rid of it.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. On now is the Titans punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. It'll go as just a 15-yard punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the 2nd quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week. Solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. Looking to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this 1st half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Tannehill's throw pulled in by Woods.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this 1st half of play. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. And some space here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Beckham goes in motion left. Back to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Drake will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start.
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tannehill, wide open receiver, complete.
And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds.
A big play that time for the Titans. 48 yards. A first down carry for Henry.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
10 more there and another first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw into the hands of Hooper.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the play.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
You get down in this area of the field, you know you're going to get a heavy dose of number 22. They stopped him for a short game there, but can they do it a couple more times?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw is Tannehill. And it's caught. And it's a Titans touchdown. Robert Woods with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Brandon Cooks trots back onto the field with the rest of this Texan offense.
And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good, and I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
They'll drop to throw. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks, 88 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill.
On the out route, he's got Burks.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Henry up the middle. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And that will be incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start the drive with Drake. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. He'll look to throw.
He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how he, one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end could be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
He completes it to Beckham. Touchdown, Houston. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. He's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs. Here's Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Nick Westbrook-Akine from a yard out. And the Titans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Kenneth Farley. And the Titans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Tannehill. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jerry Hughes giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard,
had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff them. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Jonathan Grenard able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Oh, it's a wobbler here. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. In motion left is Beckham. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Being chased out left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision. Here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Rolling to his right. Throw complete right side to Cooks. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll look to throw again. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Texans. Brevin Jordan, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. Or it could have gone for more.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Tannehill. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans.
Back to throw here. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. It's caught by Hooper. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Tannehill now to throw.
This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper.
And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Throwing again is Tannehill. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 20. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it ends with a Robert Woods touchdown reception.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game.
He's got a man complete. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Houston, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.